Have you ever fished from shore and thought about how much more fish you'd catch if you could access more of the water by boat? Me too. So today, Dan and I are going to take a canoe through 2 lakes and 2 rivers to get to a lake that we usually fish from shore, but we'll be able to access spots we can't usually cast to. And since I already know how it went, I'm going to tell you that the fishing went pretty well, and you'll see that throughout the video. But the most interesting thing that happened on this canoe adventure had nothing to do with the fish at all. It had to do with something that we found in the water, something that could be worth a small fortune, but we'll get to that soon enough. Time to start our adventure. So we rented the canoe from the park where we were staying at for the weekend on a boys camping trip and paddled pretty much to the end of the first lake, right before the rapids that led to the next one. We decided to stop and fish this weed, rock, deep water transition point, and I was getting hooked up on the Ned rig. After the bite slowed down, then we were off to the second lake. We paddled through the shallows as much as we could, getting out where the water was too shallow for the canoe to even be buoyant. After getting our feet a bit wet, we were in lake number 2. This one was more of a bowl style lake. Not much structure apart from the logs and fallen trees near the shoreline, but just a muddy bottom lake in the shape of a bowl. We didn't really catch much here but the odd baby smallmouth, but we were looking for bigger ones, and we felt that they would be in lake number 3. Under the bridge and through the next river we went, but we ran into an issue. Good thing it was something we knew about since we had done this once before. There were some decently big falls and fast moving water that was in this river. We had to take our cameras off to portage a bit over the falls, so we didn't manage to get any footage of the actual falls. But believe me when I say we did not want to stay in the canoe for that drop. We were much better getting out and carrying it down the bank to get around the drop. Then we found something. As we were carrying the canoe over some rocky rapids, I looked down to watch my steps and noticed something shiny in the crystal clear water. Curiously, I picked it up. It ended up being an old iPhone someone must have lost during this same portage. But that wasn't even the coolest part. On the back of the iPhone, underneath the case, was an old $2 Canadian bill. A bill that isn't even made anymore. My immediate thought was, this has to be worth a ton of money. So I searched it up. According to the website Coins in Canada, English varieties of the note are worth as much as $1,290 today, while French varieties, denoted with a serial number beginning with F, are worth as much as $3,810. But sadly, when we got home and actually checked the serial number, it wasn't worth anything more than $2. Oh well, still cool though. But back to the fishing portage. We finally made it through the river and got to the lake we wanted to fish. We paddled out to the drop-off spot near a weed line, and I started catching one after another. Dan struggled a bit, but he also caught a few. Not big ones by any means, but these fish were hungry. The Ned rig was proving to be a big hit. All in all, it was worth it. A really cool experience portaging through the river, finding something I thought might be worth a fortune, and catching a ton of bass as a result. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you in the next one.